Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're back at it with we're back at it with the NFL Week 12 predictions now. So now we are almost to the playoffs, guys. We got some crazy playoff team locks already, and we already got some playoff teams or we got some teams that ain't making the playoffs already, aka just the Titans. Sorry, Titans fans, but yeah, if there's any. But yeah, sorry again. Sorry for roasting Titans early. Anyways, though, we about to get straight into this, guys. Starting off with Thursday Night Football. You got the Bills at the Texans. The Buffalo Bills had a shootout game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, winning it 44-32. So many lead changes in this game, and it was such a fun game. It was a fun game. It really was. Josh Allen did do some dumb stuff, but then he also threw 3 touchdowns, and Tyrell Shavers was their wide receiver one. So a guy that barely played with the Bills. Yeah, 4 catches, 90 yards, and touchdown. So that's kind of cool. Taking on the Texans, which also the Texans got a win over the Tennessee Titans, which the Titans are not good at all either. Don't worry. The Titans, they just barely beat them too, 16-13. Davis Mills did have a nice game. He did go for 26 for 41, 240, 274, and a touchdown. But in this game, I got to take the Bills here. CJ Stroud's still out. It's going to be Davis Mills again. Taking on Buffalo out here. It's not going to be easy against Josh Allen, so give me Josh Allen and the Bills. Maybe a close game. Maybe the Texans will keep it close. Maybe a late score in the fourth quarter. Give me up 27-20. And yeah. Next game, you got the Steelers at the Chicago Bears. The Steelers, well, they beat the Bengals, and well, it was kind of slow in the first half, and then they slowly dominated us in the second half. So, congrats to y'all. And taking on the Bears, which the Bears, the Bears are the Bears. They beat the Vikings barely, and I knew it was gonna be a close game because the Bears and Vikings tend to have these crazy close games for whatever reason, and we've seen this every season from them. So, crazy rivalry there. Aaron Rodgers did get hurt though. Mason Rudolph I think he's going to be playing again. Actually, no. Aaron Rodgers won't need wrist surgery, it says on here. So I think I'm going to take the Steelers here with their team getting, their team's offense has actually looked pretty decent over the past few weeks. So give me the Steelers here 20-17 in the close game. I think both defenses will keep it close. Either quarterback that's playing, they should keep it close. Next game, you got the Giants at the Lions. The Giants. Oh boy. The Giants. Jameis Winston played, and well, they did have a close game with the Packers. They had the lead, and then Jameis Winston sold in the end and threw an interception. So classic Jameis Winston. But Jameis Winston is still fun to watch. We gotta admit, and he's a funny comedian. Anyways, taking on the Lions, the Lions lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, guys, and they're only 6-4. And I was scared of this happening because I was like, holy crap, only 6-4 is insane with what they've been doing all season. Oh man. The Lions, they gotta get back on track here. Even though Sam Laporta, I think, was announced out for the whole season. Or a couple games, I don't remember. But he ain't playing, so I'm still gonna take the Lions though. It's the Giants, so give me the Lions. 34-11. They should get that pretty easily. Next game, you got the Patriots at the Bengals. The Patriots. Oh boy, the Patriots. The Patriots. So the Patriots actually beat the Jets on Thursday Night Football, 27-14. Wasn't really close. They kind of were just playing smart that entire game, not really doing too much, just to get the W. And the Patriots are 9-2. Oh boy. The Patriots are 9-2. Taking on the Bengals, which, brother, this season's over. Come on now. The Bengals, season's over. Joe Flacco threw 1 pick six against the Steelers, and that changed the game. Jamar Chase is also suspended for this game because he spit on Jalen Ramsey. And I have no more answers for this season, so just rest Burrow, tank for the rest of the season, get a number get a high overall pick, get a top 5 pick, and yeah, because the beating the Steelers was our only chance at actually having hope. So I would have rather beat the Steelers than lose to the Patriots than beat the Steelers or lose to the Steelers and beat the Patriots, because Steelers, they're in our division and they have the tiebreaker now. So, anyways, though, I am still gonna take the Bengals here, though. Maybe the Patriots will get upset here. I've never taken any other team against my Bengals, guys. It's just not in my blood. So give me the Bengals 19-16 in overtime. Actually, we'll have an overtime game in the jungle. IShowSpeed is going to be the ruler of it too. So love watching IShowSpeed, but hey, it is what it is though. And just tank, Bengals, just tank. Next game, you got the Vikings at the Packers. The Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings are buns, man. I thought maybe Justin Jefferson was going to have a good, crazy day against the Bears, but turns out, yeah, they're pretty much cooked, too. Another team that's kind of season's over type stuff. J.J. McCarthy, though, is terrible. He really is terrible. He's not a good quarterback. And the only reason why Michigan won that championship was not because of him. It was because of the run game. And I've been saying it. His passing stats were just not matching in Michigan. He did have some good games in Michigan. But, yeah, I told everybody. I knew it. I was like, J.J. McCarthy is just not it. He's just not it. Taking on the Packers, which barely escaped the Giants. And the Packers have really had some offensive struggles in the past 3 weeks. And taking on the Vikings, though, they should be able to get this game pretty easily. Give me the Packers 28-14. And an easy match there. Next game, you got the Seahawks at the Titans. Woof, the Seahawks. Well, they kept it close against the Rams, but in odd fashion after Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. And yeah. And Sam Darnold's such a weird quarterback, too. Like, when you need him the most, he throws so many interceptions. And, you wonder, like, how far the Seahawks team could really go. Are they really contenders or are they pretenders? And I'm really starting to think they're pretenders, because when you need Sam Darnold the most, those interceptions. But he did keep it close, so who knows, guys? Who knows? That Seahawks defense is also really good, but they lost to the Rams, which was a big game there for that division. Taking on the Titans, which the Titans, they're poop. They lost to Davis Mills. Like, come on now. Cam Ward did throw a touchdown in that, but Cam Ward also has been looking decent, but it's just his team's offense is poop, bro. It's actual poop. So give me the Seahawks here, 38-10. They should be able to blow the wind out of the Tennessee Titans. Sam Darnold should be able to have a bounce-back game easily here in Tennessee. So give me that there. Moving on, we got the Colts and the Chiefs. The Colts were on a bye week before, they went overtime with the Falcons before their bye week. And Jonathan Taylor went off for 240 yards. And, yeah, it's crazy. The Colts are on a generational run right now, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, which the Kansas City Chiefs actually lost to the Denver Broncos. And, yeah, their offense just couldn't outbeat the Broncos, apparently. And their Broncos defense is really good, but they really shut down the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs they at least slowed them down a bit, and they end up losing. So, they're 5-5, taking on the Colts, which, honestly, I was going to take the Chiefs, but guys, give me the Indianapolis Colts here to beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs has just been not the same ever since that Super Bowl. And, yeah, the Chiefs, this is going to be their first year missing the playoffs. Amen. Give me the Colts, 31-24, in an easy W. And take your L, Chiefs. Next game, you got the Jets at the Ravens. The Jets, as we said, they lost to the New England Patriots. Nothing new there. That's the classic Jets. Their offense is terrible. Justin Fields is getting benched for Tyrod Taylor, so that offense just got hecka worse. And the Ravens, the Ravens defense actually played really well last week, keeping their offense really didn't look that good last week against the Browns, and they barely got by them. And yeah, the Ravens, Lamar Jackson threw 2 interceptions. Didn't look good. Derrick Henry did pull off a bigger run. Other than that, their defense was really the big winners of that game. stopping the Cleveland Browns, which that's still not even really that impressive because, well, the Browns are the Browns. So, we're the Cleveland Browns. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens though to bounce back here, even well, not bounce back, but get the W, even though they won last week. So give me the Ravens here easily, 26-7. Jets have no offense, so maybe they'll just score one touchdown, but that's it. So give me the Ravens there easily. Next game, we got the Browns at the Raiders. Oh God, this game, 2-8 teams, two 2-8 teams to be exact. The Cleveland Browns. Well, as we just said, lost to the Ravens. Dylan Gabriel got hurt in that game. But y'all know what time it is now? It's perfect timing time. And that means Shedeur Sanders is actually the starter for this Raiders game. And it's going to be so interesting to see how he plays. Even though he's only been playing with the second and third stringers all season long, he had an impressive last drive, but he's still like a rookie and can't really. I know a lot of people are going to be putting so much pressure on him just because of college and stuff, but yeah, Shedeur Sanders, I wish him luck against this Raiders team, which actually I think Shadeur's going to play pretty good against this game. I think he's actually, you know what, we'll talk about the Raiders real quick before I give out my picks and stuff. The Raiders, though, yeah, the Raiders, they're really bad, bro. Geno Smith has more interceptions than touchdowns now. Ashton Jeanty can't run the ball because that offensive line is putrid. So yeah, that offense is really, really, really bad. Trey Tucker has been playing pretty good though. He has 5 touchdowns, 500 yards. So, I mean, that's something for the Raiders. But other than that, yeah, their offense, they ain't going nowhere. So, in this case, actually, just because perfect timing's playing and this game don't really matter, and Geno's probably gonna end up throwing like 3 interceptions, give me Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns to take out the Raiders here, even though this is not really an important game anymore. But it's going to be fun to see how Shedeur plays now. So give me Shedeur Sanders and the Browns there with a score of 30-23. I think the Browns will actually score some points. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully he's been playing with the starters, though, because Kevin Stefanski is a bum. Anyways. Next game, we got the Jaguars at the Cardinals. The Jaguars, well, they destroyed the Chargers. And, yeah, they destroyed the Chargers. And, I mean, it didn't really look crazy, but Justin Herbert threw an interception. And, yeah, they got his interception. Their run game actually was really good with Etienne and Tootin. So, that's pretty tootin' good. And, yeah, taking on the Cardinals, which Cardinals actually got destroyed by the 49ers. But as they were getting destroyed, Jacoby Brissett threw for 450-something yards, which is kind of crazy. And Michael Wilson and Trey McBride had an insane game. So did Greg Dortch, kind of. And, yeah, those three had a crazy game against the 49ers in late time drive. And this is actually an interesting game because I don't fully trust the Jaguars quite yet. And the Cardinals are already bad. But Jacoby Brissett has been balling, even though they've been losing still. But I am going to take the Jaguars in a close game here. 21-19. I think the Jaguars barely slipped through the Cardinals. Just because the Cardinals have actually been playing pretty good. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually beat the Jaguars here. But I'm going to take the Jaguars anyways. So give me the Jaguars there. And yeah. Next game. Ooh, you got an interesting one. You got the Eagles at the Cowboys. The Eagles, as we talked about, well, not really, but the Eagles, they beat the Lions in ugly fashion. 16-9 was the score. Yeah, that game was atrocious, and their offense didn't play well at all against them. And I mean, Saquon Barkley had a decent game, but other than that, Jalen Hurts had a couple good passes, and that was it. So, the Eagles, they slipped by the Lions somehow, and taking on the Cowboys, which the Cowboys beat up the Raiders pretty easily. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb both having a good game once again, as they usually do. And the Cowboys and Eagles, actually, this is an interesting game because Cowboys could get back on a roll here if they beat the Eagles. And the Eagles have not been playing that good. So this is a kind of a test for the Philadelphia Eagles. Because even though the Cowboys are not that good of a record, you know, the Eagles have not been any better. So give me the Cowboys 34-22. Interesting score and all against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys actually win this game here 34-22. I like their offense a lot more than the Eagles right now because the Eagles are just in a bad place in general. So give me the Cowboys there against the Eagles. And next game, you got Falcons at Saints. The Falcons, well, Michael Penix got hurt for the whole year, having to have knee-ending surgery. And yeah, that's just the end of the Falcons season, obviously. But it already was after that happened, so. Because they're 3-7 now, taking on the 2-8 Saints, which saying the Falcons have a playoff chance means you would have to say the Saints do, so. These guys are both eliminated. The Saints were on a bye week before. What did they do before their bye week? Oh yeah, they actually beat Carolina 17-7 with their second win of the season. And yeah, Kirk Cousins versus Tyler Shook. This is something no one's gonna be watching, unless you're watching this for fun. I don't know why else you'd be watching this game. So give me the Falcons, I guess, 14-13. I don't think anybody wants to watch this game. Falcons have more talent anyways than the Saints overall. So give me the Falcons, I guess, 14-13 in a close one. Because, yeah, the Saints are just... Yeah, the Saints are the Saints. So they ain't going nowhere. Don't worry. Next game, you got the Buccaneers at the LA Rams. The Buccaneers, man, had a shootout with the Bills, but they end up losing there. And the Buccaneers... This is an interesting game because the Bucs are injured and all, but I think they have a chance against the Rams. But yeah, Baker Mayfield still hasn't looked really the same after the last one game that he went crazily. The game before the Saints. He hasn't looked really the same, so I don't know. I mean, they've been calling him MVP, but he has also been just like kind of downhilling a little bit, so. Well, I mean, I guess you can't say that. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought he had a bad game against the Saints and whatchamacallits. Well, I guess he did against the Saints, but I don't know. The Buccaneers are such a weird team now. I don't know how to really explain it. But taking on the Rams, which the Rams, they beat the Seahawks. Puka Nacua had a nice game. Kyron Williams had a nice game. Other than that, nothing else really happened for the Rams, and they end up winning. I guess the Saints, it's not the Saints, the Seahawks, and they end up claiming their own division right back. And I'm actually going to take the Buccaneers here. You know what? I'm actually going to take the Bucs for an upset, 31-23. I got it in my head. You know, I'm actually going to take the Buccaneers here. I think the Buccaneers are due for a win. They've had a couple losses now. So give me the Bucs there. And I honestly think the Rams are just due for a loss anyway, so give me the Bucs there anyways. And for the last game, what the heck, bro? This game, for Monday Night Football, you got the Carolina Panthers at the 49ers. Yikes. Yeah. The 6-5 Carolina Panthers and 7-4 49ers. Both these teams should not have a winning record, by the way. But yet they do. But Carolina, let's talk about them first. Carolina Panthers. They beat the Atlanta Falcons in overtime, 30-27. I thought Bryce Young was going to get really, really injured after that one play he fell on the ball. He was trying to take a kneel, I don't know. Yeah, he was kneeling for overtime, I think. And it looked like he got hurt, but he didn't. He threw 3 touchdowns and went for 448. So prime Bryce Young is coming right back, guys. This is the perfect time for it because they're 6-5, and they have an actual chance at making the playoffs. They're number 2 in their division, and the Buccaneers are only a 1 loss ahead of them. So, yikes. The 49ers, on the other hand, they beat the Cardinals. Not impressive. Brock Purdy did look good, though. So did Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, all 3 having big games. And this game, I'm just going to take the 49ers. This is just a fever dream at this point with these records, bro. Looking at these records and seeing what their team has done all season, it's just a fever dream. So give me the 49ers there. 24-17 in a close one. And for the last thing we got is the bye week games. We got the Broncos, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Commanders teams we will not be talking about. And that is the end of this video, guys. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, turn that bell on not to miss any notifications or any videos from me. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.